Hey, what's up guys? It's Hoodamaniac360, and today I'm going to be ranking every piece of visual media in the universe of Avatar: The Last Airbender. This includes all 3 seasons of Last Airbender, all 4 seasons of Legend of Korra, the live-action movie, and the Netflix series. So that's 9 placements. So let's get this started. Coming in at number 9, to no one's surprise, the movie. The fucking movie. Every Avatar fan knows what this shit is. It is a nasty pile of dog crap that shouldn't exist. I don't know what the fuck was going on in M. Night Shyamalan's head when writing this. So this movie manages to take a shit pretty much all over every Avatar fan that gazed their eyes on this failed abortion. The acting is awful, the effects are awful, it rushes a full season of a cartoon into 90 fucking minutes, and they fuck up some of the characters' names. For example, Aang is called Ung, Katara is called Katara, Sokka is called Sokka, Iroh is called Iroh, and they even fucking pronounce the word Avatar as Avatar. This is not how you pronounce any of these words. Fucking Ung. It's Aang. Aang! Aang! Alright, now, I'm about to show you guys something pretty fucking scary. Yep, I own a copy. Let me explain. Alright, so Christmas 2010, I was 9 years old, and my mom gets me this thinking I'll watch it. I actually put it away, and then forget that I own it for about 10 years. Then, a little while after I get into the series, I actually remembered that I own a copy of the movie, so I put it in my movie collection, but I was too afraid to actually watch it. I never had any reason to do so. Until the Netflix series showed up. Then, when that happened, I knew what I had to do. So yeah, this movie is a worthless, friendless, faggot-lit little piece of shit whose mommy left daddy, which she figured out he was a piece of shit, and is now weeping and slobbering all over my keyboard like a fucking 9-year-old girl. So for the final father-fucking time, this movie sucks! The fucking disc came out. Screw it, I don't give a shit. But you know what? I once talked about an even worse movie one time, so this doesn't offend me too much. Plus, they got the actor that played Mr. Aziz in Spider-Man 2 to play Admiral Zhao. I'm going to give this film a 1 out of 10. Coming in at number 8, I have the Netflix series. I already talked about this in a previous video, so I won't be talking about it too much. So, unlike the movie, the Netflix series has actually tried to make something decent and respected the original series. However, they combined multiple plot lines in one episode for almost every episode, and some of the characters fell off. The visuals and the acting is good, but everything else falls flat. And I know books 2 and 3 have now officially been greenlit, and we'll be seeing them in a couple of years. Hopefully they'll do a better job. I highly doubt it, but for now the Netflix series gets a 4 out of 10. Coming in at number 7, I have The Legend of Korra Book 2 Spirits. Alright, now, The Legend of Korra is about the Avatar after Aang, so that means that Aang is dead in this series, and sadly so is Sokka. Sokka was one of my favorite characters. Some people like this series, some people hate it. I personally think it's pretty good. However, I do think that the fans and the haters can all agree that Book 2 is not very good. It had a few interesting ideas, like the story of Avatar 1 was pretty good. The dynamic between Tenzin, Bumi, and Kaya was pretty good, and Varrick was pretty funny. But the villain of the season was a fucking retard. He wanted the Dark Avatar to return. Now, that is a fucking stupid idea. If that were to happen, the entire world would fucking end. Him, his family, and his friends would all die. And Korra was an idiot for taking his side in the first half of the season. This season was pretty much hard to watch. I had to watch only like 1 episode per day because it was that bad. The other seasons I finished within like 2 or 3 days. So yeah, The Legend of Korra Book 2 is not very good. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. Coming in at number 6, I have Book 1, Air. Okay, so this season was actually pretty good. The story was good, the animation was good, the action was good, and some of the characters were good. Let's start with my favorite character of The Legend of Korra, Tenzin. He is the son of Aang and Katara, and he's Korra's airbending teacher. He comes off as a strict teacher, but he just wants what's best for Korra, and also wants to protect the world. Lin Beifong is the daughter of Toph Beifong, and she's the chief of police. But she's kind of mean and annoying, especially in this season. Korra was okay. She had her good moments and her bad moments. Then there's Mako, his brother Bolin, and his girlfriend Asami. A lot of people don't really care for Bolin, but personally I found him funny. Mako, on the other hand, was an asshole. He starts to date Asami. Bolin develops feelings for Korra, but then Mako cheats on Asami with Korra. Now, I'll admit, the relationships in The Last Airbender were kind of weird a little bit. Except for Sokka and Suki, I thought they were fantastic. But here, it was a huge mess. Then there's the villain of the season, Amon. Amon was an awesome villain. So the thing about him is that he's tired of people bending, so he starts a movement to get bending banned. And he even has the power to take people's bending away, something we've only seen Aang do. Overall, The Legend of Korra is not amazing, but still pretty good. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Coming in at number 5, I have The Legend of Korra Book 4, Balance. This season is underrated. In the last season, Korra became paralyzed, and in this season she has to overcome it so she can defeat the new authoritarian threat, the Earth colonies. They're led by an earthbender named Kuvira. She is a great villain. She would go around the world looking for third world Earth colonies and help the citizens in exchange for her ruling said economy. In a way, she's kind of like Firelord Ozai. Also, we get a Toph cameo. Sure, she didn't have a lot to do here and she was only in it for a couple of episodes, but it was still nice to see her. Overall, I'd say give Book 4 a watch. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Coming in at number 4, I have The Legend of Korra Book 3, Change. Oh my god, this season is so good. Okay, so random people around the world get the power to airbend because of the spirits showing up at the end of Book 2. So Korra, Tenzin, Mako, Bolin, and everyone else travel around the world and find them and recruit them to rebuild the Air Nations. But then a criminal named Zahir, who tried to kill Korra when she was a kid, gets the ability to airbend too. And he teams up with his friends to try to kill Korra because he believes that if the Avatar is dead, then everyone will be able to be free and do whatever they want. Zahir is the best villain in The Legend of Korra. I would even say he's tied with Azula as the best villain. Not only does he paralyze Korra, but he also emotionally traumatizes her and comes this fucking close to killing her. I highly recommend you give Season 3 a watch. Overall, I rate this season an 8.5 out of 10. Coming in at number 3, I have Avatar The Last Airbender Book 1, Water. This is the best version of Book 1. This is where it all started. You have Katara and Sokka finding Aang in the iceberg, Zuko trying to capture the Avatar to regain his honor, Aang learning how to waterbend, for real this time, and the final battle at the North Pole. Book 1 is an amazing start to an amazing franchise. I recommend you watch Book 1, watch Book 2, watch Book 3. I guess if you want to, then go ahead and watch Legend of Korra. Skip the Netflix series, and definitely do not watch the movie if you care about breathing. I'm going to give Book 1 a 9 out of 10. Coming in at number 2, I have Avatar The Last Airbender Book 2, Earth. This season is near perfect. Aang now has to learn earthbending, and his teacher is a 12-year-old blind girl named Toph. She is one of, if not the toughest character in the whole show. She even has the best introduction of every character. She's in this boxing-like earthbending ring, and she's up against this fucking huge earthbender called the Boulder. And he's about to earthbend the ground with his leg, but Toph senses it. Then she earthbends the ground to move his leg, causing him to do a split that, here, hold on, that kind of looks like this a little bit. I don't know if the camera could see it. Then then the earthbender does this. Ooh! Okay. That was fucking stupid. Okay. Then Appa gets kidnapped and taken to a city called Ba Sing Se, and so much shit goes on there. You gotta watch it. I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. And finally, coming in at number 1, I have Avatar: The Last Airbender, Book 3, Fire. This is peak Avatar, in my opinion. You have Zuko feeling bad for what he did at the end of Book 2. Then him redeeming himself by teaching Aang firebending. Then you have the fucking final battle between Aang and the Fire Lord. This is just the perfect way to end Avatar: The Last Airbender. This is by far one of the greatest seasons in any TV show ever. I'm gonna give it a perfect 10 out of 10. Alright you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, subscribe, comment down below what you want me to review in the future. Follow me on Twitter and Twitch, and I'll see you in the next video. Later.